Hi everybody, I'm Greg Anderson. We thought that it would be a good idea to do just a little tutorial on Smiles for Life. So whether you're brand new to the Smiles for Life campaign this year, or whether you've been doing it for many years, here are just a couple of things that we thought would be helpful to you to review. First, the key to a successful campaign is all found in that yellow marketing box. If you will take out that marketing box and open the folder contains everything that you need to know about the campaign. Now there's a campaign overview form in there, and we highly recommend that you read it carefully. It will answer 90% of the questions that you might have about how the campaign runs and where all of the pieces are for you to look at. I'm going to review some of the things that are found in that form, but if you read that, it's got all the websites, all the places that you go to find information. The first form you need to pull out after that is the print order form. On the print order form, it should have the name, the address, the phone number, and the charity of your practice. We need you to look at that and verify that that information is correct. If you want to order the pass-along cards, the little 4x6 cards, which are provided to you for free, we need you to send that form back to us, and that will initiate an order. There is also a place on that form for you to order t-shirts and hats. Those are not free. They're $5 a piece, which is about our cost. You can send those in. We are going to order t-shirts up through the 15th of March, and then we will not be ordering any more t-shirts. So if that's something you desire, you ought to do that fairly rapidly. The next thing we would like you to do is to join the Smiles for Life group. There's a graphic on the screen now that will show you how to do that. You need to go to crowncouncil.org, to the Groups tab, and ask to be part of the Smiles for Life group. You'll see on the screen now all of the things that are available to you on that group organizational chart, all of the graphics, all of the forms, all the press releases. We keep that updated so you have one place that you can go to get everything that we provide, so you don't have to ask for it individually. Whitening kits are a very important part of the Smiles for Life campaign. They are provided to us without cost by Ultradent, and we are so grateful to Ultradent for all that they do to make the campaign possible. We do not send you whitening kits automatically. You have to ask for them. We send a whitening order to Ultradent once every week. We close that out every Thursday at 5 p.m. So if you are interested in ordering whitening materials every week, you can order them every week, but you can't catch up. If you forget a week, then you can order them the following week, but you can't order twice as much. Every week you may order 2 boost kits. That's a chairside kit. Each of those boost kits will provide you enough material for 2 procedures, so that will give you 4 of those every week. You can also order 8 opalescence kits every week. Remember that we track exactly what you send in. If you have 5 donations that come in, we credit those against 5 kits that you have received from Ultradent. And that by the time we get to the end of the campaign, we have to have some kind of donation receipt for every kit that you have received before we can send you the check that you give to your local charity. So just as a reminder, we collect the orders from everybody who sends them in to us all week long, and then we send those to Ultradent every Thursday at 5 p.m. So if you send us a fax on Monday, we don't send that off to Ultradent. We wait till Thursday at 5 p.m. And it's going to take a week or so for you to get the kits. Remember, they ship from Salt Lake City. So if, depending on how far you are from Salt Lake City, it may take some time. We recommend that you get a little bit ahead of yourself so that you are sure you've got a good constant supply of kits. One thing I would like to say about Ultradent, remember that they give us these kits absolutely free. Last year they donated over 10,000 kits to us. Be kind. If there is a problem with your order, remember that this is coming to you free, and if you get frustrated because there's a problem, let us help you solve it. But remember that this is coming to us without cost, and we want to be sure that Ultradent feels all of the gratitude that we feel for this most generous contribution. Now, how to donate. We have an amazing electronic portal. There are 2 of them. If you go to smilesforlife.org, or if you're in Canada, if you go to smilesforlifecanada.org and click on the donate button, when your patient is finished and they are ready to pay for this service and make the contribution, you can go online and make the contribution online. And it doesn't matter if it's a MasterCard, Visa card, Discover card, American Express card, or a check. All of that can be done online. The reason that we recommend that you do this is you will know immediately that the card is approved. If you fill out the receipt form, you send the receipt to us, we find out that the card's been declined, and then we got to go chase the patient down. Sometimes that ends up being a loss. We highly recommend that you use the online donation portal for all of the contributions that are leaving your office and coming through, and you get immediate notification that those are coming back to you. One of the new things we're doing this year is we've got a new portal for all of our Canadian practices, and remember that in Canada those are processed in Canadian dollars rather than US dollars, so that should make what you do very much easier in Canada. Remember that you are responsible to track what is donated through your office. You can imagine with 500 offices doing Smiles for Life, if every office called our office every week and asked us to recap for them the donations that are received, how much time that would take. So we highly recommend to you that either in the receipt forms that you get, if you're filling out a paper receipt, that you keep a copy or keep a log of everything that's donated, and that way you will be able to reconcile with us if there's any discrepancy. Okay, that's enough details. Let's talk a little bit about ways that we have seen that you can make the Smiles for Life campaign more successful in your practice. And here are just some that we have seen that many practices have done that make the Smiles for Life campaign more successful. One, we learned this from the Mortensen Family Dental Practices. Pick a charity champion in your practice. And this isn't going to be the doctor. It's most likely not going to be the office manager. It's going to be somebody who is passionate about Smiles for Life, or maybe passionate about the local charity that you have picked. But pick somebody who is ultimately responsible for Smiles for Life in your office, and to be the office cheerleader for having everybody remember Smiles for Life as top of mind every day when you have your morning huddle. Second thing we'd recommend is to pick a great local charity. Your local charity partner needs to be a real partner in this exercise. Even if you have to interview charities, we recommend that you have a charity that is going to be involved with their own social media. They are going to be involved in sending people to your practice so that because they know that they get half the money that is raised, they ought to be involved in generating it. We are not interested in you picking a charity that you kind of like, that are not involved, that we just mail a check to at the end of the campaign. We want a true charity partner that is as anxious as you are to generate new patient traffic and flow into your front door. The other thing we recommend to you is that you go through the patient history form of your existing patients, or if you have a new patient, to look and see if they have checked the whitening box as something that they would like to participate in, or a desire that they would have as a patient of yours. Those are prime targets this time of year for the Smiles for Life campaign. The other thing we have found that is successful is to ask every patient. We know that that sounds simple, but it is easy to ask every patient if they'd like to participate in the campaign. And if they say no, it's also easy to ask them if they know anybody who might be interested in participating in the campaign. When you whiten someone's teeth in your practice, do not miss the opportunity to make a social media post. In your box, you've got social media signs you can use. And the most important thing is that your patient is posting it to their social media account, to their Facebook account, to their Instagram account, and then naming your practice in that post so that you can repost it or that you can get all of their friends understanding that you are the place where Smiles for Life is happening. We recommend that you have a challenge in your practice. There's a poster that you can put on the wall, and it would say something like, if we whiten 20 smiles, we will, and then decide what it is you're going to do. You can take a pie in the face. You're going to do something that would create a social media event if you get to the goal that you have in your practice. The Smiles for Life campaign has an influencer program. We are going out and seeking social media influencers. We are calling your practice to see if you will whiten their smile. In return, that influencer has certain things that they have agreed to do to help influence the campaign to send people to your practice. And if you know somebody that is an influencer, we invite you to call us and let us help you go through that. You may receive a call from Jenny, who is our employee that is working on the influencer program, where she has found an influencer and you are the closest practice, and we would like you to help us participate in that. Now, our great friends at My Social Practice, who have provided all of the marketing materials for the campaign, send out every week a group of marketing ideas. If you are not receiving that email, we invite you to send an email to Blake, B-L-A-K-E, at mysocialpractice.com and ask to be added to that list. It's got a myriad of things. It's got social media ideas, things that are working in other practices, examples of what influences are doing, tips of things that are coming up, like what you could do for St. Patrick's Day, new, fresh ideas every week from My Social Practice. Now, we've been asked a couple of questions, and I want to address those. First, how do you know that we have received all of your contributions? Each Friday, so starting about the middle of March through the end of the campaign, we send out a list of every dollar that we have received for the Smiles for Life campaign. So your practice will be listed with the total amount of money that we have received to date from your practice. You should be able to reconcile to that number from your own receipts. What do you do if you have questions? Call us. Anybody at the Crown Counsel office can help you with answers to your questions. 800-276-9658. Now, eventually the end of the campaign is going to come, the 30th of June. Remember that you have the whole month of July to finish. So the campaign ends June 30. The end of our accounting happens August 1. So you have all during July if you have cases that need to be finished up. And on August the 1st, we have a hard stop. Any contributions that we receive after the 1st of August will be credited to you for next year. About the 1st of September, between the 1st and the 15th of September, we will send a check to your practice made out to your local charity. We will send that check after we are sure you have reconciled all of your kits, so that we know that every kit that you have received, we have received a contribution for. We will send you a check. That is a media event. You should be working toward that event with your local charity partner so that when the time comes that the check does arrive, that you've got the media alerted and you make a big deal about the presentation of your check to your local charity. Remember that Smiles for Life is really an annual experience, because by the time we get to September and October when you're presenting the check, we're gearing up for the campaign next year, and so you want to build up your resources so that you have things available to you to promote the campaign for the following year. I would say as a final note that you can influence how Smiles for Life grows. Remember that Smiles for Life grows because you and your office do more whitening, but another way for the campaign to grow is for you to find other dentists that you know, whether it was in dental school or somebody that you know in your community, who would be a good Crown Counsel practice and participate with us in Smiles for Life. Imagine if every practice recommended the Smiles for Life campaign to just one other practice. We could double the amount of money that we raise in a year if everybody just recommended one more practice. Thank you so much for your generosity and all the hard work you go to for the Smiles for Life campaign. We value the contribution of every single dollar, and we appreciate your hard work. Thanks so much.